got Odell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Odell. What's up, sweet fans? You know, we back. It's the sweep. P, Maine, Maul, Matt.
I'm back.
Oh, I just remembered. Let's get into this show. Come on. Let's get into this.
All right, before we get started,
Yeah.
we have to thank all our fans, our viewers, people who support us. We have reached over 10,000 views on our YouTube page.
Yeah.
That is big things.
Yep.
We've been working hard to get new videos up. We're going to keep bringing them during bowl season. We're going to bring you videos, and we're even going to try and get our episodes up. But we have to thank you so much for the support, for the love, for the likes, the comments, the views, everything. Because we wouldn't be able to do this if y'all didn't, support us.
Facts.
And we're working on getting the giveaway. We have 1 week to get it all the details ironed out and everything like that. So if you're watching right now on Facebook, because you could be listening to the podcast later. But if you're watching on Facebook, I'm going to add the link again. Make sure you sign up because whoever wins will, out of all the fans, will get a prize. And if anybody can beat us, there'll be a small little prize too.
Give them the Facebook.
And yeah, you can find us on Rockford College Radio or the Game House. Either one of them. It's on my personal Facebook, but we tag them in it. Make sure you like, comment, share. So let me go ahead. Will these guys start talking about some football? I'll get that link up for you right now. But thanks again.
Yeah, like Matt said, we want to thank everybody for viewing our page. Got us 10K. You know what I'm saying? We 10K over here.
Yeah.
10K.
10K.
You feel me?
Yeah. Another thing, let us know who y'all want to see on the YouTube page.
Oh yeah, for highlights. Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah, if there's definitely a player you want to see, maybe your small schools don't get the love.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like UNLV. I made a hype video for them. Jamal, what was the small school you made? Florida A&M. You made it for a player?
No, Prairie View A&M.
Prairie View A&M. Sorry about that. But yeah, so any player you want to see, we will try and make a highlight video for them with a banging track. That's what we do.
Yeah. We was thinking about doing some film breakdown too.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably gonna get into a little bit of that.
What up, Reggie?
My Reggie Haynes.
Yeah, my son.
What's good, Reggie? But yeah, man, let's get into this recap right quick.
All right, into the recap really quick.
Terrible week.
Yeah.
Maul.
Let's just go one game at a time. We'll start with the Pac-12 championship. Number 12 Stanford, number 10 USC. We swept it. What do y'all want to say about the game?
Shout out to Michael Pittman Jr.
Yep.
He balled.
Yeah.
I didn't know he played for USC.
And I'm gonna put some more respect on Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold's been balling lately.
I'm gonna put some more respect.
He's
on
been
his name.
balling lately.
He's trying to avoid the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
He tried saying that he's not trying to avoid them.
Yeah.
Just admit it, man. I'll respect you
I
even more.
avoid them too. It's okay.
Bro, you can't be bad at a player for saying he wants to avoid the Browns. I would.
Hey, that means he's got his mind in the right place. He wants success.
Yeah.
Moving on, we had Louisiana Monroe at FSU. We all took FSU, and I think that was a smart pick.
Yep.
Even without Jimbo, or Jimbo was there for this game, right?
Nah,
he wasn't.
Odell Higgins was a coach.
And we'll talk more about the new coaching hire. We had a couple coaching hires to talk about, coaching changes. The carousel is ever moving.
Yeah.
And I was texting Tremaine, I think, in the group. I don't know if it was a group, but coaching carousel makes me miss college football video games so much. Because I would love to be sitting, at Memphis or something. I would start with like a low prestige school, and all of a sudden I get that nice offer. All right, I'm moving.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
Next, we had number 20 Memphis at number 14 UCF. We all took UCF, and at first it was a UCF blowout, and then Memphis stormed back, took lead, and then UCF had to show some championship heart and come back in this game.
Shout out to them boys, man.
Yeah.
Ty, what up?
Back and forth games. Final pick in the overtime for
It
UCF to win.
Probably was the best game.
Yeah, the weekend. Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of times these conference championships are blowouts, and it's supposed to be the two best teams, but TCU, for instance, or Memphis, what do they really have to play for other than a conference championship? I mean, that's a big thing to play for.
Right.
But if you're guaranteed a chance at the playoffs, TCU, they had no real shot. Even if they won, they weren't going to make the playoffs. But if we had that automatic bid, maybe we get a better game.
And who picked TCU?
I don't think anybody, not in the Big 12 championship.
To do some party poop. What's crazy about the UCF Memphis game? It was scheduled 3 times this year.
Yeah.
Right.
So it got canceled because of the hurricane.
But then they played it.
They played one time, but then they played this past weekend.
And obviously, since UCF is undefeated, they won both times.
Mhm.
So I don't think there's any doubt who the better team is.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Oh, yeah, someone did take TCU
Mm-hmm.
by 13.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey.
And it's
Baker
your
Mayfield.
I put Daddy Baker because that's what you told me to put.
Hey.
And man,
It's all right. I made it up, though, in my Georgia pick.
we'll move on.
Yeah.
Hey, I should have picked Georgia.
Oklahoma rolled easy. Moving on, we had North Texas at FAU. The only one to take North Texas was
Oh,
Maul.
man.
Be smart, Maul.
Why did you?
Be
You went
smart,
against Lane
man.
Kiffin?
No, I
Be
didn't go
smart.
against Lane Kiffin. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple homies that play for North Texas,
Hey,
so
man.
I had to ride with them.
Hey, we didn't give Lane Kiffin and FAU no respect at the beginning of the season. But they're a pretty good team.
Yeah.
They were gonna beat up somebody and beat
Yeah.
up on someone in a bowl game to watch.
That running back they got is the truth.
Hey, shout out Jonathan Franklin though. It was nice.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, bro.
Catch that L.
No,
Fumble that
bro.
thing like that. No, bro.
Come on now. Shout out my man Jonathan Franklin. That was a nice run. He looked real good.
And what happened at the end of the
I
run?
mean, he just gave the ball up before he got to the end zone.
Trash.
Wow.
All right, moving on to the next game. It is the SEC Championship, where the only person to get it right was Pete.
Some told me to take Georgia, but I was like, man, I'm going to go with Auburn.
Shall I speak on it?
Go ahead.
Shall I speak on it? Hey, bro, I told y'all the first time Georgia played the worst game of the season. Kirby Smart sent in clips of the Auburn players holding their receivers beat down.
Hey. If we're going to talk about that, and we have to talk about how Georgia played that, or Auburn played one of their worst games ever
Yes.
with the fumble. They were making bad plays too. It was probably their worst game of the season as well.
Yes.
Y'all ain't getting that from me, sorry.
So, but you want us to give you the other
Yeah.
one.
Y'all ain't getting that from me, sorry.
They were even, 1-1.
Hey,
At the end of the day, that's the record, 1-1 against
Hey,
each other this year.
bro, y'all see, bro,
And if we
Auburn,
take points,
bro,
point spread was better for Auburn.
bro,
They blew 'em out worse.
In that 3-week span of Auburn playing Georgia and Alabama, they played out of their mind, bro. They not gonna play like that for the rest of the season,
Bro, but that's
Hey,
the Auburn team, though. That's the Auburn team.
And you see what
They
happened?
just had a bad game.
You see what happened when the committee came out. Take that L.
This is another reason we need an 18 playoff, because I think Auburn would have been a great at-large bid.
Yeah.
They would have been deserving of the number 7 or 8 seed, because despite being 10-3, I think it is,
Mm-hmm.
they're one of the top 8 teams in the country, and they actually have the capability of winning a national championship. So I think that's why there should be an 18 playoff, among other reasons. Also, I just got the bowl thing posted, so if you guys want to join it, so you can end up competing against us for a chance to win a prize, make sure you go ahead and click on that and sign up.
GA.
Moving on. Troy versus Arkansas State. Berry brothers. Hold that L. Why would you go against Troy? They beat LSU this year.
I don't know, man. LSU.
I say it's a game I ain't even care
Yeah.
about, bro. Why we even put that game on there?
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Fresno State at Boise State in the Mountain West Championship.
I lost that one.
Pete and Maul lost that one. I told you there was no way Fresno was going to beat them twice.
It's a 3-point game.
That was a great game, though.
Yeah.
We turned it on, right, when we Saturday night when we were hanging out. We turned that game on because we were struggling with the Ohio State one. Neither of us wanted to watch Ohio State win that. But we'll get back to that. And I think it was unfair Boise got to play at home, even though Fresno State won the tiebreaker to have it at home. But this life is unfair sometimes, and Boise took advantage and won the game and are the Mountain West champs yet again. Moving on to the ACC Championship in another blowout. Maul and I can take the L.
Hey, hold on. Let's talk about this. Don't rush through it. Let's talk about this. Then you got some apologizing to do. Go ahead.
I'll save it till later.
No. Oh, well, I
Yeah,
got you. I got you. Hey, man, listen. Miami, they good, but they're not bad.
Listen. Miami's defense did everything they could do. It just wasn't enough. And if you look at it, the way they've been playing all season, they feed off their defense, their offense. They feed off.
What have I been saying for the past couple weeks,
But
man?
their defense showed up though.
That's what I'm saying.
The offense just couldn't capitalize.
When you got them on the field most of the game.
Bro, listen, bro. I've been telling y'all this. I sat here and told them all before break. I told them what their team was like, what has to happen for their team to win. He didn't believe me. The past 2 weeks, it happened.
Hey, I'm gonna say this though. This is the best defense Miami done seen all season. Front seven and DB.
Bro, I didn't believe in him the whole year.
That was my choice of picking Clemson. Bro.
Aside from quarterback, this Clemson team might be better than last year's.
Playmakers, I agree.
It might be.
It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to think
No,
Hold on,
that receiver core,
No.
Mike Wallace.
Just hold on 1 second, all right? At running back position, they still have what's McLeod, Ray.
Fumble God.
Listen, they still got Raymond McLeod, and then Saint Etienne.
True.
Dude is better than any other back they were using last year.
Whoa!
Wayne Gallman ain't.
Oh my God!
You're telling me Etienne is not better than Wayne Gallman?
In some areas.
Faster.
In some areas.
Okay, I would rather have Etienne. Okay, pick your poison.
Clemson is more of a run by committee.
That's
this
true.
year than they
But
was
I
last
think
year.
their backfield is just as good, if not better. They're lacking at quarterback. The receivers, Kane?
Deion
He's
Kane.
still a stud. I know we can't replace Mike Williams.
Mike Williams.
But
or Jordan Leggett.
nah.
True, the tight
See,
Yeah.
all right. Then let's go to their defense because the front four is better.
It's about the same. It's the same.
Yeah, but they're year experience, which I think that makes them better. Their linebacking core,
It's the same.
it's better even without Ben Boulware. And the secondary's not. It's just as good, if not better, other than Deshaun Watson,
True.
which is crazy.
I didn't know.
He was the set it over the top against Bama.
Hey, bro, if Deshaun Watson was in college now, it'd be easy.
Well, and then they still,
Undefeated.
and we're talking about the receivers. They still got Hunter Renfrow, the Bama killer.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same team from last year besides Deshaun Watson, Mike Williams, and maybe Cordell Tankersley,
Yeah.
and Ben Bowen and a couple other players, but they still good. They ain't do nothing but just replace a few pieces.
And then we'll talk more about the playoffs later on.
But Kelly Bryant started out 15 for 15 in the game against Miami defense.
It was a lot of dink and dunk.
It was a lot of dink and dunk.
But they found a weakness. In Miami's defense, though. Miami's linebackers can't cover in space.
Here's the thing I'm going to say
they're
about
slow.
Miami. They're really, really good, but wait till they get the athletes they're bringing in now.
Oh my God!
Because the athletes they're getting now are not the same athletes that have been playing the last 2 years.
He's not going to
Why
be a
aren't
believer until they spank.
Because Miami was still getting 4 and 5 star recruits, just not as much, but they were more of a 3-star average. And now Mark Richt, what he's done the last 2 years, and with the down of Florida State
they're getting them
and
boys.
Florida, they're
Bro,
getting
listen.
more recruits with better talent.
Listen, bro, Miami is good, bro. But I've been telling y'all, they not a championship type of team. Their defense is good, bro. Their defense win them games.
Hey, all right, hold on, wait, time out. Let's talk about this too, since we just brought up Mark Richt. Has anything changed with the man?
No.
I mean,
He's only been there 2 years.
I'm about to say it's only been.
I
2
need to
years.
see him 4 years there before I say that. I'm going to be consistent with coaches. Let him get his entire program how he wants it.
Right.
And you need 4 years to do that. If he does this in year 4, then it's the same Mark Richt. If he wins an ACC championship the next 2 years, you won't be saying anything about that.
If
That's true. That's why I said if.
If
But Dabo's going to be leaving for Alabama very soon. What?
Miami, man.
Moving on, the Big Ten championship. God,
Pete.
JT
I beat
Barrett
Ohio State
was
too.
horrible, and they still
Ohio
won.
State, didn't I?
No,
No.
it was just Barry brothers.
What you finna say?
No. Do not say JT Barrett was good just because of his stats. I watched the game. The man is inaccurate. He still threw picks. The running game is the reason Ohio State won, and their defense.
Hey, I told y'all what JT Barrett's stats was gonna look like.
He threw for 300?
No, he almost did.
He had 4 passing touchdowns?
He had 2, and another rushing touchdown.
And 75 yards rushing?
Hey, this game was supposed to be a blowout.
No.
If JT Barrett connect on them.
No, you're right. It was supposed to be a blowout.
That's what we're
Hornibrook,
talking about. That's what we're talking about when we talk about JT Barrett. He's not good, and he holds Ohio State back. He is a runner, forced to play quarterback.
Hey, if JT Barrett would have connected on them 2 touchdown passes early, this game would have been a blowout. It was only close because
Hornibrook missed a lot of throws too.
Hey, Hornibrook can only do what Hornibrook can do. He can't.
This is the same with JT Barrett. He did what he could do.
I'm gonna take JT Barrett over Hornibrook because JT Barrett might mess around and have an out of his body game.
Yeah.
Hornibrook ain't gonna get out of his body.
That's true.
He ain't got the limitation. He limited. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, Wisconsin, you will never, ever win the Big Ten again until you get a quarterback.
Right.
You have the running game. You have the big hogs at offensive line. You have a great defense. What happened when you had Russell Wilson?
It ain't the quarterback, bro. It's Urban. The Big Ten will
That's not true. If they get a quarterback, they will beat Ohio State easily.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. Urban Meyer, as long as he at Ohio State, gonna win the Big Ten championship at least 3 more times.
That's false. Because if you put just an average quarterback that can scare like just a little bit in Wisconsin's team, they're so much better.
Iowa put up 55.
Big Ten champions.
Iowa put up 55.
They weren't the Big Ten champions last year.
I say that's 1 year. That's one little given year. Everybody gonna have their little given year. Go ahead.
Listen. All they need is a quarterback. That's it. Because what did they do when they had Russell Wilson? Didn't they win a Rose Bowl because they won the Big Ten?
They lost.
But they still won the Big Ten championship, right? Because they had what?
But Ohio State didn't have Urban Meyer. Ohio State wasn't who they are now.
I don't care who's at Ohio State. With the way Wisconsin plays defense and runs the ball, all they need is a quarterback, and they're the best team in the Big Ten.
Okay, so how much better is Ohio State going to get with Tate Martell? Like, even the backup behind JT Barrett kind of decent, too.
Yeah, he good.
They're going to get better. Now, imagine, that's what I'm saying. If anybody average played quarterback at Wisconsin, they're winning the Big Ten.
Easy.
Hey,
I feel like Ohio State waiting on Tate Martell though.
that's why, and this
That's who they. That's gonna be the man.
and this
That's
was
true.
This was kind of a, I ain't gonna say down year, but it was this wasn't one of Ohio State's better years as far as the athletes they had and what was going on with JT Barrett.
I think that has to do, though, with who they lost. They lost a lot
That's what I'm saying.
in the secondary and stuff like
Exactly.
that. But I still really, truly believe that if Wisconsin ever gets a quarterback, they're the most dangerous and best team in the Big Ten.
No,
I
Matt, you
know
can't
what I
say
want to
that.
talk about.
You can't say that when Ohio State, bro. Ohio State gonna recruit better than them, and they gonna have better players than them. This was just Ohio State just put a lot of players in the draft this year. You know what I'm saying? They just put Marshawn Lattimore, who locking up the NFL.
If we're going to use about all the players they had last year, how come with all that talent they still couldn't win the Big Ten?
Penn State just had a better year. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. And Penn State doesn't have the athletes Ohio State does, if we're being dead honest. But they were the better team. I think the Wisconsin adds a quarterback. They might not have the athletes, but they will be a better team.
Hey, put some respect on JT Barrett's name. He one of the top. He one of the top 5 clutchest players in college football right now. Boom. Got his surgery, came back, and won the Big Ten.
I do respect that, and you know that's he showed toughness.
Who did they play in their bowl game?
USC.
That's gonna be a good one.
He gonna go down.
It's gonna be a good one. Moving on, Stony Brook at James Madison, sweep. Is it Kennesaw?
Kennesaw State.
Kennesaw State at Jacksonville State. We all got wrong.
Who we picked?
Kennesaw State, bust they behind.
Yeah, we all took Jacksonville State.
Kennesaw State was another team a couple years ago. It was their first year. And they've been good since day one.
So then we had Northern Iowa at South Dakota State. Pete and Maul took Northern Iowa. That was a loss for them.
Oh my God.
San Diego and North Dakota State, we all got right. And then myself and Maul got Southern Utah wrong against Weber State. So that brings us to our standings. And in fourth this week,
Me.
Jamal at 7-8. Under 500.
Yeah.
I'm undefeated.
Tied for second, myself and Pete at 10-5. And then in first at 12-3, Tremaine.
Yeah.
Very close to undefeated. That puts us to our season standings where Jamal is in 4th at 250 and 102. I am in 3rd at 254 and 98. Pete is in 2nd at 259 and 93, 2 games back behind Tremaine, who is 261 and 91. But we have bowl season, and we have D2 playoffs, and D3 playoffs, and Army versus Navy.
See,
so
this is
there's a
where I
chance.
feel
Bro,
like,
let's not do this Army versus Navy.
no,
We're doing
bowl
Army versus
season,
Navy.
I feel like we shouldn't tell each other's picks. Because what if, let's just say you have undefeated week, but he just go off your pick?
No. See,
But-
we're gonna do bowl week or bowl season
Would
the
you-
same way we did it last year, where I'll pick one game first, you'll pick one game first, you'll pick one. We'll go in order so that someone has to, change
But,
it.
but why would I pick?
No, I'm just saying.
Because then I have no way to catch you if
Exactly.
every game is
Well,
identical.
let's do it like this. Let's do our picks before bowl season start, and once bowl season start, you can't change it.
We have to just because of I think the bowl challenge we're doing on ESPN. So that's how I'm going to use our picks. Whatever you put on there, that's just
okay. Yeah.
Hey, no, but what if like an injury happened or something? No, man. That's no, bro. That's
My man JT Barrett just messed his knee up.
that's
That's
not
surgery.
that's not fair though. What if they tear their ACL in practice?
I think the only
something.
games we should be able to change are the playoff games. Just those 2 games. What if I change my mind? I want to take Georgia against Oklahoma.
Listen, let's do this. If there's a major injury or something, then you can change it. That's fair.
No.
That's fair. If it's a major injury in that game,
Depending
yes.
on to what player.
Like
Like,
say
what if Kelly Bryant gets hurt in practice
Kelly Bryant tears
over the
ACL.
next month?
You can change that.
What?
then.
What if Baker Mayfield gets hurt?
Yeah, if Baker Mayfield tears his ACL, I'm changing my pick. I'm not sitting there picking Oklahoma. I'm changing my pick. Easy.
Who Clemson backup?
I don't
Who's
know.
Oklahoma's?
Kyler Murray.
Oh yeah, you might still be able to.
I'm changing my pick.
Not against Georgia.
I'm changing
Well,
my
I think
pick.
they're gonna lose with Baker Mayfield anyway. So
Big lies.
Anyway,
Moving on.
if it's a major injury, we can change.
All-time standings in 4th is Jamal, 408 wins.
Trash.
In 3rd is Pete at 415 wins. In 2nd is myself at 419, and Tremaine has a 10-game lead on myself at 429.
Let's
But
go.
listen, I still have the only undefeated.
It don't matter. You're losing.
All right, our highest win percentage this season has not changed. It's still Tremaine and Pete, who both went 88.9% in Week 11. But we have a new record for worst week of the season at 46.7% this week.
That L, Maul.
That's okay.
So that's where we are at the standings. It's just funny. It's just funny. Under 50%. All right.
Man,
Hey,
look, it's conference
hey.
championship. All the ball games are up in the air.
That's what I'm saying. That's how bowl season is.
Can I talk about these awards?
Let's go. Talk about it.
I'm finna read off some stats for you.
Oh, shoot.
Read off the awards.
No. I'm finna read off some stats for you. I want you to pick the better player.
oh, we should do that because we picked who we thought was gonna win with award. Remember at the beginning?
Yeah.
Of the season?
I want y'all to tell me who the better player. This is 52 tackles, 1 interception, 6 pass deflections, 47 tackles, 7 interceptions, 18 pass deflections.
Definitely the second one.
This dude from Iowa.
Yes.
Joshua Jackson.
How did Minka win the best
I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna tell you
DB,
how. I'm
bro?
gonna tell you how.
Big facts.
Bama.
He's it's
Facts.
Bama. It's Bama. He's the leader on that defense. That's the only reason why.
Bro, you cannot sit here and
You're
tell
right,
me
though.
1 interception, 6 pass deflections is better than 18
But 50
and 7
tackles,
picks.
though.
When I was bringing up Joshua Jackson after Ohio State and was
No,
You said Heisman.
I said he should be in the race.
You know he shouldn't be in the race.
Hey,
Wasn't Mika in the race?
at one point.
At one point.
Hey, but listen, part of the reason Mika won that, bro, is because he the most versatile DB.
I don't care.
Outside.
I don't care. He's not the
him
best
and-
DB.
Wait, Josh Jackson had 4 touchdowns too, right?
Too.
Oh, yeah, 2 touchdowns.
If you want to
2
say that,
touchdowns.
then you should have threw what's his name in there too.
Who?
Jaquan Johnson.
Yeah, from Miami.
He's a better. He played better than Minka this year.
Derwin James too.
Played better than Minka. I'm not saying they didn't.
I know.
I'm just tired of this.
Alabama
Alabama gets
Yeah.
these awards because they're Alabama. This man has 7 picks, 18 pass deflections.
Bro, I ain't gonna argue with you, but part of the reason Minka got that was because he lined up everywhere. He threw
Right.
more. Minka, look at Minka. Minka got a lot of sacks. He got a lot of QB hurries. He got a lot of stuff.
It's a category for that. Most versatile player. Not the best DB.
Ooh.
But if you can line,
Very true.
If you can, you're right.
Big
But if you can,
facts.
if you can line him up in the slot, he take away your slot. He can play one high safety. He can go out on the island and cover on the island. You know what I'm saying? He making plays in the box. He the best DB.
It's a no for me, dog. I'm sorry, bro. I can't eat, bro. Hey, it ain't nothing y'all can say. Ain't nothing nobody can say to make me change that opinion, bro. That's crazy.
He the best DB. Then you gotta look at what Alabama defense ranked at. You know what I'm saying?
He the leader of that defense.
Exactly.
And it's Bama though. That played a big part in it too.
All right. We're going to drop down to some smaller football, what's the word, divisions?
Divisions.
I mean, we're going to move down to some smaller division football before we get back into D1. So we're going to talk about the D2 playoffs, and we're going to make our picks because it's down to the Final Four. And we have Indiana from Pennsylvania versus West Florida in the first semifinal game. This will be on tomorrow at 12 o'clock on ESPN3. We're going to go with you first this time. I know you said before the season you can't go against Florida school.
You know who I'm riding with? West Florida.
Might well put me down for them too.
The Argonauts.
That's
of
what
West Florida.
The Argonauts,
Yep. The Argos of West Florida.
Argonauts.
Oh, shout out to West
So
Florida.
you
That
going
campus is
with
beautiful.
You going to West Florida?
That campus is so nice.
So this is their first season playing football.
Yes.
That's going to be a great story on ESPN. I'm rolling West Florida.
There's a lot of Haitians on this team, boy.
Yes, it is.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, I'm going West Florida too.
So it's a sweep. West Florida in the D2 semifinal on ESPN3. All right. The other semifinal in Division 2, it's Texas A&M. What is this, community college?
Commerce.
Commerce. All right. Texas A&M Commerce versus Harding.
Harding is in Arkansas.
Harding's a good school.
I think they're the Bison.
I'm going with Harding.
I'm going with Commerce. Give me Commerce.
Who did Joe Jean Baptiste play for?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
That's what I'm saying.
It'll show you.
Did he play for Florida? He played for Florida?
Okay.
Who you got in this game?
Who you go for?
No, like you said again, I was researching something.
Harding versus Texas A&M Commerce.
Oh, Texas A&M Commerce. Shout out to Devon Payne.
That's who
You don't
you
play there no more.
I know, but shout out to him.
Yeah.
and that's who you're rolling with too, right?
Yeah.
All right, who you got?
Man, this is tough, bro. See, that's why I hate picking these games because it messes up my perfect record I'm about to have.
I'm about to go undefeated.
I always do well for lower division football for some reason.
Let me get Texas A&M Commerce.
Ooh, so I'm by myself? All right. So tune into those. These kids are still college athletes, still have to go through the same thing that all D1 players go through. And they're in the Final Four during finals time. Mm-hmm. And both games are on ESPN3, so tune into those tomorrow. Also, we got D3 Final Four. And it's a lot of familiar teams. And both of these games are on tomorrow too, but I don't think they're on ESPN. Might be on ESPNU. But first game is Wisconsin-Oshkosh versus Mount Union.
Mount Union. Shout out to my boy Case and Hooks.
Mount Union ranked ahead of them.
These don't even have any rankings on them.
I feel like an upset finna happen.
I think they're defeated.
And this was my thought process. Mount Union, yes, they're a good program. Their head coach is now at Iowa State. Wisconsin-Oshkosh is this close the last how many years?
Mm-hmm. That's why I was going to pick them.
They're getting over the hump.
That's what I say.
I'm picking them.
Put me down for them.
You still rolling with Mount Union?
Yeah.
And the Purple Raiders?
Yes.
All right, so in the other D3 semifinal game, we have the defending champs, right? Hardin-Baylor?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hardin-Baylor versus a team that, I'm going to be honest, I've never heard of. Brockport.
Give me Hardin-Baylor.
And I'm going to go with the defending champs.
Me too.
I want another Hardin-Baylor and Mount Union rematch.
So who you got?
Man, Hardin-Baylor.
Oh, it's a sweep. It's a sweep. All right, we're going to jump up back into D1, and we're going to pick the Army versus Navy game. And this year, Navy gets it done because last year they didn't.
You said Army gets it done?
Navy. Army won this last year in an upset, I think.
Was it? Or did Navy win?
No, Army won for the first time in like 20 years, I thought. Or 28 meetings or something like that. It was. I could be wrong.
All right, bro.
I'm rolling with Navy.
So we got 2 of us for Navy so far.
Uh,
Pete hates it.
bro, I don't even watch this game, bro. Honestly, but I'm gonna take Navy. I don't even watch this game.
Who you rolling with, Maul?
Whoever has more rushing.
No. I'm going Army.
He said whoever has.
I'm
more
going
rushing yards.
Army.
Yeah,
You going Army too?
I'm gonna go Navy. They have better uniforms too.
Did you see what they're wearing in this game?
Yeah.
Hey, if you haven't seen those uniforms, look them up.
Nasty swag on Snapchat.
West Florida got a lot of D1 bounce backs.
I told you. I told you, bro.
Wow.
All right. So I told the guys I wanted to ask 2 questions that were going to make them think they have no idea what the question is. But I need to hear your honest reactions. I just want to see how much credit does Lincoln Riley get for Oklahoma's success this season?
A lot.
You know what?
A lot. I think that's why. Oh, go ahead.
I think that team is handled better this year. I think, like, how should I say this? On the field, it's handled better, not off the field. I mean, I don't know.
Because Baker's over here doing a lot of extracurricular activities.
Yeah, but I think the team gets over that hump better than they did, the past years. I think they win in the playoffs. I got to win in the championship, so, whoa. Yeah.
I'm on the same page as that. They have that
edge,
that aura.
Yeah.
They have that
Yeah,
aura
they
of
have
a championship. Like, you know it's coming. The way they've been playing the last 3 weeks, it's just like, it's coming. Because Baker Mayfield's that dude.
I think they captured a new identity, man. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, all success doesn't go. All that success doesn't go to him.
Right.
I say about 40 to 60.
Bro, I think that's one of the reasons your boy Stoops was okay with leaving, because he knew what this team, the players the team had, and what Lincoln Riley could do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at it, like, the aura of the team is Lincoln Riley aura. You know what I'm saying? He young, exciting, energetic on the sidelines. The team played like that. Under Stoops, it was more of a
Military type regime.
yeah. I wasn't gonna say
Not as strict, but you get that feel.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you kind of rolled into my next question. With how great their season is going and how, I mean, they have a 1-in-4 shot at winning a national championship, is it more puzzling? Does that make it more puzzling that Stoops stepped down? You step down knowing you got Baker Mayfield coming back for a senior season. You know you're going to have a shot at the playoffs.
Well, maybe it was like a.
I don't think he goes to the playoff if he was still there.
I think they go, but maybe it was on a larger scale of a Jimbo Fisher, Bobby Bowden type thing. Like, Stoops was maybe ready to go 3 years ago, but I'm a coach it to this point, then I'm gonna give the team to you. You know what I'm saying? Right. This is your team.
I don't think they
I
make it.
agree.
It's just something about Stoops that's going,
That's gonna fall.
lose that one game.
Despite all the success he's had with, 10 conference titles in 14 years?
Yeah.
You think they're better without him?
Yeah, I think they are. With Bob Stoops, they always going to lose that one game.
They did lose that one game this year. Iowa State.
No, I'm talking about that one game towards the end, you know what I'm saying, not to get in the playoffs.
Okay, so with how much credit does Lincoln Riley get if he loses this game?
Still get a lot of credit.
He get a lot of credit.
I honestly think the team is better. I think the team has more swag, everything.
But what is his imprint on it? Just how they play?
Yeah. I mean,
the play calling,
because it's not his players. He didn't recruit them.
He didn't.
He inherited a very, very talented and great program. I mean, this program, the success has been, other than national championships lately, amazing, and they still do have a national championship in this century. So, I was curious on what your guys' reaction would be, because I don't think he deserves as much credit as you guys think he does. I still think this is Stoops' team.
Yeah, it's his recruits. Yes, it's Stoops' recruits, but it's his team.
It still take a lot to win, though. They played a pretty decent schedule. They went into Ohio State, won in Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? Then with all the distractions that went on, they had a couple distractions this year, and it was all from Baker. You know, whether it was him grabbing his stuff on the sideline or you know,
planting flags.
So I think right now his respect is about 50-50.
See, and I wonder if his players feel like they can do these things because he's less strict on them. And so they feel they can have more personality.
Listen, he probably tell them, like, do these things, but don't do it on TV. You know what I'm saying? He probably went up there, he seen Baker do that. He probably congratulated Baker like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that, but I got to tell the media that I'm not cool with it. You know what I'm saying? So
the one thing that's different under Lincoln Riley, under this team this year and previous teams from Stoops, the defense is way better.
Yeah.
So I give him that.
The problem is, though, that's the question everyone's asking. Can this defense help them?
No, because Georgia finna come in there 5 running backs deep.
And still not going to be able to hang with Baker.
DeAndre Swift. But that's the thing. That's why I think Georgia going to win. They just going to limit Oklahoma offensive possessions.
Can't
run the ball. Yes, you can.
Their possessions, they're going to score on them.
Run the ball and play good defense. Yeah. And Georgia going to play good defense. This is going to be the best defense.
And this going to be the best offense Georgia's seen.
Oklahoma has done a good job this year with isolating players with one-on-one matchups and using them.
Hold on 1 second. I'm not so certain this is the best defense they faced.
Well, what the best defense at?
TCU.
Matt.
I saw what Auburn did to Georgia.
Matt, listen here. By athlete, positions, everywhere on the field, Georgia's better than TCU at every level of the field. Defensive line, it ain't close. Linebackers, it's not close. DBs, it's not close. They better them on every level of the field.
Yes, but as a team, TCU might
if you take away their games against Oklahoma, they gave up 13 points a game.
Okay, now
in a high score in the conference.
Now take that one way from Georgia against Auburn.
They're still giving up points. They're winning games, but they're giving up points.
What's the points?
Man, listen. Watch Oklahoma isolate players out there.
Isolate? That's cool. We'll play on the island. We got the athletes to do
y'all
that.
don't. Not
Baker will annihilate.
They got the athletes to do that. Listen, this is the same thing Baker did when they went against Clemson a few years ago.
Clemson is different from Georgia.
They gave up 28 to Missouri.
Clemson's who?
Is not the same as Georgia.
Their defense is about the same.
Clemson's defense is better.
Oh my
God.
It's not.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna argue with you that Georgia's better at linebacker than Clemson is right now.
No, we talking about when Oklahoma played them. They're not. Not better at linebacker.
Yes.
No.
Oh man.
No. Tell me how.
Lorenzo Carter, Raekwon Smith,
Georgia's
Ben Boulware, and the other boy that played with Clemson.
Kendall Joseph.
No, who's the linebacker for the Saints?
Stephon Anthony.
Yeah, that dude was a stud.
Georgia's linebacker's not better.
Hold on, Ben Boulware wasn't started in.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was because he tore his ACL.
His last 2 years that close.
They went back to back. He played 2 years.
I'm taking Georgia. Thank you, sir.
Nah, man.
We'll talk about the playoffs more. Moving on, but we're towards the end of the show, and it's time for Fourth and Pissed. I have nothing at the moment other than actually I do. I'm sick of Bama. They didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. They're not one of the top 4 teams of the country, and that's a big fact.
Who got next?
I'm going last.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Tennessee. Tennessee. This is for Tennessee. This is more for Tennessee fans than it is for administration and staff and the program. I sat on this show a few months ago, and I had y'all back when I said y'all deserve to feel like y'all should win 10 games a season and win championships. I sat right here, and said that. Now I'm taking it back. And the reason I'm taking it back is because what else do y'all want, Tennessee? Y'all got mad at the Pruitt hire. This is to the fans. I'm in an argument with a dude on Twitter right now. I shouldn't even be going back and forth on social media with people like this. you're mad at the Pruitt hire because he's never been a head coach. He's never ran anything. But the man has, in the last 5 seasons, the man has coached arguably 3 of the most historic defenses in college football.
Not to mention what he has national championships.
Yeah.
Yes, two of the most historic defenses. What do y'all want? Who do y'all want them to go hire? Y'all wanted John Gruden? No.
No, you're not getting John Gruden.
Listen, Tennessee, this is y'all program. You feel me? This is y'all program.
Humble thyself.
Yes, y'all are going to get an entry-level coach. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to get a Pruitt, who's a good coach. Y'all not going to go out here. Belichick's not going to leave his job to come to Tennessee.
A great defensive coordinator. A great one.
Y'all really went after Oklahoma State's coach. Like, how?
Yeah.
Y'all thought the mullet was coming out there? You tripping?
But I'm just saying, Tennessee, like, it's levels. Right now, Pruitt can get y'all to maybe be on a level where y'all can attract a big coach away from a school. But right now, it's not going to happen, bro. Y'all got to take what I giveth. Take what's given.
I don't like Tennessee. Like, I really didn't like him before, but now I just hate him.
Well, Pruitt going to change it. Pruitt going to change their program around.
He will.
We'll see.
And
for y'all to complain about this dude just because he's coaching in Bama in the playoffs, that's selfish. I ain't gonna say selfish because you should be selfish when it comes to Tennessee and Alabama. But you really think he's gonna pass up a chance
To win a
national championship?
because
Another
of
one.
Tennessee.
For real. Because of Tennessee.
Hey, let him get more experience with national championships so y'all can maybe sniff one.
For real.
Well, he got enough experience because if he win this one, this is gonna be what
His
third.
second?
No, it's gonna be his third.
He was with Florida State.
Florida State and Bama.
Bama, and this will be his third. He won one in
If he wins
2015
this year,
with Bama.
that's what he's saying.
Oh yeah. No, he was with Bama when
In 2015,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, Tennessee, humble yourself, man. Humble
what
yourself.
I'm
He's
saying.
already got 2.
I gave him 2.
That's what I'm saying. He had a historic defense in 2015. He had a historic defense in
2013.
In 2014, Georgia defense wasn't historic, but it was one of the top
Yeah.
defenses. You know what I'm saying?
Fourth and piss, what you got?
I don't know. I ain't got nothing, man. I'm close.
This dude got something.
What?
Most of the players on Georgia defense right now,
Because of Pruitt. I was gonna say that, but I left it alone.
and for the argument for him being he's never coached anywhere. Where was Kirby Smart before he got to Georgia?
Oh.
Defensive coordinator out of
Exactly.
a couple championships. Just humble yourself, bro. Let the process work out.
Man, the only thing I got is really I'm tired of Bama. And
Ohio
everybody
State?
got with these awards. These awards was kind of, some BS. And
Lamar
Malik
Jackson.
Rosier.
Lamar Jackson getting disrespected.
Yeah. Malik Rosier is trash.
Yeah.
Garbage.
All right, fourth and pissed. I can see it in his eyes. Laughing at the pain.
I apologize to you. I apologize to you.
Yeah.
Malik Rosier is not Oprah.
Thank you. Thank you.
The past 2 weeks, he's been making me look so foolish.
It's been a little longer than that.
No.
Yes, it
they just-
has,
they just
bro.
happen
It's
to
the
pull out
defense.
they just happen to pull out a couple close ones.
Yeah, but Miami.
Do you think they would have went farther with a different quarterback?
I don't know.
We can argue this right now.
Lincoln Perry would have started.
I don't
I
know.
was just
I don't
about to
know
say
how
that.
he's going to play.
Malik Rosier might be JT Barrett.
Ooh.
He nasty with his
What did
feet,
I
and
say?
he got okay arm talent. But no, I think his arm better than JT. I think he's a little bit more accurate than JT.
But he's not
Barrett.
as good running. So he's a better passer, but not as good running.
We gonna say the man can't take pressure.
But
And
it's his first year as a starter.
Hey, bro,
You
I
right.
don't, bro, hey, listen, bro. Me and Maul sat in here and argued. I said, dude from Ole Miss.
He's not better than Ole Miss.
Listen,
Ole Miss
yes,
quarterback
he
is not
is.
better than Malik
He
Rosier.
throws the ball way better than Malik
He
Rosier.
thinks number 10 for Ole Miss, the backup for Shea Patterson, is better than Malik Rosier.
He is.
That's a fact.
That's
No.
what- like, I don't know.
No.
Jamal, listen.
If Miami was to have him on their team, that Clemson game would be exactly the same.
No, it will not.
It'll be exactly the same.
No, it's not, because he's running the ball on them and he's throwing. Listen, bro, Maul, that man throws the ball way better. He has better
No.
arm talent, way better arm talent.
No.
And he adds another dimension to the game.
No.
Jamal, what are you not seeing?
No. No.
What are you not seeing?
Because if he had that, he would have been a starter.
The only reason he wasn't starting because Shea Patterson had already been there. Shea Patterson has to transfer now.
Yeah, Shea Patterson.
He has to transfer.
He going to LSU.
He has to transfer because he's not getting his job
he's gonna
back.
go to Michigan.
I want him to go to LSU.
He's not getting his job back.
Go back home.
And if you lose your job, that's because you.
What does that tell you?
Is that really the reason he transferring?
Yes.
No.
For real?
Yes. He's not getting his job back.
Well, we'll see the stats next year. We'll compare the stats.
His coach pulled him aside and said,
Listen,
we roll with that.
Your guy from Ole Miss only played in, like, I believe 5 games. The last 5 games or whatever.
They stats was the same.
No, they started winning games.
No, in those 5 games that he played, his stats are way better than Malik Rosier than the whole season.
They only had 2-3 wins.
But the thing about Malik Rosier, he good for Miami, that run pass option offense.
Exactly.
He good for that. And it's so
basic.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it earlier because everybody goes early in the season because people was gonna say I was hating, so I ain't say it.
I've been seeing it. Talking about he's Oprah and his receivers ain't got 1,000 yards. You don't know who the real Oprah was? Jameis Winston, because he had 3 receivers with 1,000.
Miami
I don't care about
one receiver capable of getting 1,000 yards, and that is Amar Richards, but he is injury prone.
Yeah, he didn't play in the Clemson game.
He didn't play at all. The man played probably 6 games this year.
I don't care about that.
Yo, this quarterback, Jordan Tamu?
Yes.
Tamu? Yeah, he had almost 100 less pass attempts and only 600 less yards and 6 less touchdowns.
Thank you.
He had 6 less? How many touchdowns he had? 11?
Yeah.
Thank you. Who is Oprah? Who is Oprah out of them
two? They have how many good receivers they got? Probably 1.
They only have one.
Malik Rosier had like 20 tugs this year, didn't he?
26.
Yeah, but he only played in
Yeah, I know. I was just asking how many more.
And I was trying to tell Mo that man is a better quarterback than him. Easy.
Malik Rosier
it's easy.
Mark Walton to work with, Travis Homer to work with, Barrios to work with, Amon Richards to work with.
He has one of the best slots in the country.
Bro, no, he's not gonna. They're not gonna have 1,000 yards.
Hey, bro, if
Barrios turn around and give both your running backs the ball, and they got potential to take it 45
in that
to
offense,
60.
If Barrios gonna have that.
Hey, bro,
exactly.
Hey, bro,
he don't understand that.
If Barrios go to that team, bro, Barrios gonna ball.
But Tremaine, in Miami type of offense, you're not gonna have 1,000.
You want to know why that offense like that? Because he cannot throw the ball like that.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's a fact.
Because it's easy to exploit defense.
Now let me ask you this.
It's easy.
When Brad Kye was in the offense, how many 1,000 yard receivers they had last year?
Bro, what are you trying to argue with me, bro?
But it's the offense. That's what we trying to tell you. It's the offensive system.
Butt.
No, Stacey Coley is not butt.
So what was
Lamar Jackson? It's a lot of
Lamar Jackson in that system. They won't have 1,000 yards, but Lamar Jackson have 1,000 yards.
It's a lot of quarterbacks that's in that system that got receivers with 1,000 yards.
Bruh, 1 receiver.
Hey, bro, Bama, Amari Cooper, he had 1,000. He was in that offense.
1.
But bro, listen, bro.
Calvin Ridley had 1,000.
It
don't matter.
So we just saying because he.
Lamar Richards had 1,000 last year.
Wait, Calvin Ridley didn't have 1,000 last year.
He had 1,000 in that off, like that type of offense.
To tell you, bro. Miami's 1,000 yard receiver was hurt.
When has he had 1,000 yards?
Amar Richards, his freshman year.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Was Kiffin there?
He did have 1,000 in his freshman year.
How you spell his name?
800.
Was Kiffin there? Calvin Ridley first year?
I believe so.
What was his first year? 2015.
At the same time, Stacey Coley was on the other side.
And what did they do? What did they do? What did they do?
Bring him off.
Bro.
Listen, guys.
Miami is a well-rounded team.
Bro, that's not changing the fact that your boy from Ole Miss is a better quarterback.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
On defense, they're a well-rounded team.
Okay, man.
Offensively, bro, they got playmakers everywhere.
Who? They do.
Who?
But they
we can't say Ole Miss's quarterback is better when he don't, bro. Ole Miss don't got playmakers like that.
Okay, bro.
The game we was watching, when we watched the Ole Miss game, they had 1 person balling, and that was a receiver. And you could tell number 10 throw the ball to him every time.
A little Treadwell.
He get pressure.
I think that makes it harder to play quarterback.
But the thing is, Matt, he's going to have a 1,000 yard receiver if he's getting so many targets and catches a game.
You saying Rosier got a lot to
exactly.
That should make him better.
Thank you, bro.
But he's talking 1,000 yard receivers, man.
Hey, Sam Darnold has tons of talent, but he's still slinging it.
How many
But that's
1,000
what I'm
yard
saying.
receivers?
Malik
It's
Rosier
the
had a
different.
good year passing the ball this year.
It's a
Yes, he had
different
a good.
system,
He
bro.
had a good year, bro. I'm not
You
saying he
throw
had a
Sam
bad
Darnold
year.
in Miami's system.
Oh, you gonna pass the ball a lot more.
Bro, Malik Rosier
You
is
open
an
it up.
average quarterback, bro.
That's what
you
he
gonna
said.
open it up.
He is an average
He's-
quarterback.
We were arguing the fact that Ole Miss's quarterback is better than Malik Rosier.
He is.
No,
it's a fact.
No, it's not.
He has a better arm talent than him.
We're
He's
going to
more
see.
accurate
But
than
if you
him.
put Sam Darnold in that offense, you're gonna change the offense. though.
Exactly.
Because why?
Because
No,
you can't.
bro.
That's
No,
what he's saying.
no,
Malik Rosier
bro.
doesn't have the capability to
No,
do
bro,
those things.
but
So he
he's-
has to do
he's
that.
going off
It's
of
like Lamar
he's
Ja-
going off of
if
his
you put-
receivers' production,
if
bro.
you-
You're not gonna have 1,000-yard receivers in their offense.
Why, Jamal?
You're not gonna have them if you
Because
have
your
multiple
quarterback
playmakers.
is not capable.
In that offense, Sam Darnold could have multiple.
But
not
listen,
multiple 1,000-yard
listen,
receivers.
bro.
No, it's not gonna happen.
But listen, you're not gonna run a run pass option offense with Sam Darnold because you're not gonna be able to utilize his feet, bro. That's the reason.
Yeah, you can.
So Sam Darnold a better runner than Malik Rosier.
Yes!
All right, y'all. We out.
That's
Are y'all
so-
serious?
All right, y'all.
Are y'all serious?
We out.
Are y'all serious?
All right, y'all.
So he's not a better runner? No.
Look at the rushing stats.
We out of here, bro. We out, man.
Like
We
Malik
out,
Rosier.
man.
Bro, what?
We out.
So are y'all sitting here telling me
Y'all making it sound like Malik Rosier is horny for
I
years.
didn't
Hey,
say that. I
Thank
didn't-
y'all for watching the sweep.
No,
Thank you
no,
for
no,
the
no, no, no.
views.
No, we finna sit here and talk about this. Because you're not finna tell me Sam Darnold not a better runner than Malik Rosier.
Tremaine,
Not.
maybe in extending the pocket, but when it comes to getting past the line of scrimmage, Malik Rosier is the better quarterback at running.
No, that's because Sam Darnold doesn't run.
Thank
He
you.
doesn't choose to. He decides to get someone else involved.
Oh my god.
But he's
bro.
just as athletic and can run.
Bro, Malik Rosier is average, bro. He's average.
Man, come
The
on.
man is. You see what happened when his defense is not doing enough for him to win the
And
game.
that's what I'm talking about, how Miami's going to be better now because they're going to get better players in, and that's including quarterback. After the success they've had, they're only going to get better.
Hey, y'all.
Chad, bro, give me one good reason why he is better than Ole Miss quarterback.
I'm done.
You can't give me a reason.
No.
Hey, y'all, come on, man.
You can't.
Hey, y'all, come on.
They have the same amount of rushing touchdowns this year.
Hey, y'all, come on.
Yards.
67 carries to 122.
Come on. Now.
60 less carries.
Yards.
Darnold got 90.
90 yards rushing.
But last year
Because he
he had
doesn't
250.
run. He doesn't have to run.
90
He had
yards
250
rushing.
last year.
90 yards rushing on how many carries?
67.
Boy!
He doesn't have to run.
Boy!
What are you saying?
Okay, all right. Listen, I'm going to tell you why.
But some of that probably.
Marlon
sacked.
Brando can
That's
rush
what I was
for
about to
That's
say.
sacks, Jamal.
He drops back more, which means he gets sacked, so those yardages go off his rushing stats.
So, don't get sacked. Use your feet.
Jamal, what?
How's he have the same amount of rushing touchdowns?
But listen, would you be able
Bruh.
to utilize Sam Darnold
In an option? Yes.
full talent in an option offense? Tremaine, you tell me right now, if we go play Alabama with Sam Darnold running an option offense, Alabama is going to be scared of Sam Darnold running an option offense.
What? Hold on, wait. Who are you talking about? Hold on, wait.
I'm talking about Sam Darnold.
No, what team?
If USC goes play Alabama tomorrow
With Miami's offense?
and with Miami's offense, are we worried about Sam Darnold beating
Yes.
us with
Yes.
his legs?
Listen. Nobody worries about Malik Rosier beating them with their legs. It just happens.
You
from
have
time to
to-
time.
Virginia Tech was scared.
You have to because when
Virginia Tech
Miami
was
get in the
scared.
when Miami get in the red zone, all they run is quarterback draw.
And you can do that with Sam Darnold. What are you talking about?
25 yards out.
Yes.
Clap,
He-
clap.
What are you? He's
Not with 90 yards
bro, he's probably faster than him. First off,
hey, I'm out, man.
bro, all right, man. Y'all silly, man.
No.
Bro, Maul, bro. The
Bro.
point is, Malik Rosier's average. He's not better than Ole Miss quarterback. Period.
Hey,
He's not better
Period.
hey, bro, is y'all
Who's not a better runner?
He's just not a better runner.
y'all see?
He's a better thrower. Tell me how Malik Rosier throws the ball better than him.
Hey, hold on.
The only thing he can do is throw a jump
Time
ball.
out, bro. Y'all seriously gonna sit here and tell me you would run an option offense with Sam Darnold?
I don't have to run the option offense with him, but you can.
You can run any offense with Sam Darnold.
You cannot run no options.
Yes,
bro.
you
Sam
can.
Darnold is
Bro.
Michael Jordan.
We
dog.
didn't say that.
But-
Have you seen this man
Listen.
run, though?
Bro, you're not going. Bro, Sam Darnold is good at extending the pocket and extending plays. He's not good
Okay,
at Lamar
listen.
Jackson.
Okay, so
Pete,
let me ask you a question.
If you can run it with John Brantley and stuff like that,
What? John Brett?
we was kind of doing it with John.
So listen. What can Aaron Rodgers do running the ball?
What did Aaron Rodgers Rodgers is like Sam Darnold. He's good.
Aaron
at
Rodgers
still-
can run an option.
He's good, yes, bro, but that's not going to be the base of your offense.
No, he's not saying that. He's saying if you throw him in Miami's offense, that he's still ball.
He's going to
Because
kill.
They're going to change.
He's
the
going to
offense.
kill.
No,
Why?
you're going to become a
You're
traditional.
limited with Malik Rosier.
No.
You can open it up if you get Sam Darnold in that offense.
You're going to become a traditional drop back offense.
You're limited with Malik Rosier.
But Malik Rosier can throw the ball good enough that he can beat you with his arms and his
But
legs.
Sam Darnold can throw it any way he wants. He can run it.
We're not arguing that,
Yes.
but he's not going to run it as effectively.
But I'm saying Malik Rosier is average. He's an average quarterback. That's the whole point of this.
All right, listen, y'all. We want to thank you for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed this show. It was fun. Until next week.
Hey, y'all tripping, man.
Oh, man, bro.
Make sure y'all go